What's up, people? How's everybody doing? For those of you who are in this chat right now, 3 of you, I'm Tori. I'm the runner of this account. What I'm doing on here today, I'm just going over a Bible study on Matthew chapter 14. It's very beautiful. It's gonna bless you. It's really deep about trusting God and God inviting you to receive His blessings. You know, God is always inviting you and me to be a part of His kingdom and to do His work. No matter who you are, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, God is always extending His hand and blessing and grace to you, which grace is unmerited favor, you know. But I'm just gonna read Matthew chapter 14 real fast, and then we're just gonna go over the new insights that God has, right? The new things you can learn about God. And I'll pray for you guys, of course. But let's definitely do it. I'll just get right into it. And thank you guys for joining, okay? If you leave, that's fine. If you stay, amazing. I appreciate it nonetheless. Anyway, so Matthew chapter 14, starting from verse 1, I'm going to read the whole thing. So at that time, Herod the Tetrarch earned a portion of Palestine, including Galilee and Perea, heard the reports about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He has been raised from the dead, and that is why the miraculous powers are at work in him. For Herod had John arrested and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, the wife of his brother Philip. For John had said to him, 'It is not lawful,' right, 'for you to have her.' Although Herod wished to have him put to death, he feared the people, for they regarded John as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday came, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased and fascinated Herod. She fascinated him so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked for, even if it included half his kingdom. I love you more." And she, being coached by her mother, said, "Give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was distressed, but because of his oaths, because of this dinner guest, he ordered it to be given to her. He sent and had John beheaded in the prison. His head was brought on a platter and given to the girl, and she brought it over to her mother, who was Herodias, the wife of her brother Philip. And John's disciples came and took away the body and buried it. And they went and told Jesus. Now, John the Baptist was a cousin, a blood relative of Jesus. And when Jesus heard about this, right, he left there privately in a boat and went to a secluded place to pray and be alone with God, right? But when the crowds heard of this, they followed him on foot from the cities. When he went ashore, he saw a large crowd and felt compassion for them and healed their sick. So all these people followed Jesus to this place that he just wanted to be alone and talk to God. And because he's so loving, he felt compassion for them and he healed them. Whoever needed healing in any type of way was healed. When he went ashore, he saw a large crowd, felt compassion for them, and healed their sick. When evening came, the disciples came to him and said, "This is an isolated place, and the hour is already late. Send the crowds away so that they may go into the villages and buy food for themselves." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." Yeah, guys, this is a different version of the Bible. I'm reading from the Joyce Meyer's Everyday Life Bible. That's why it's a little bit different for you guys. But wherever you're reading from, amazing. Thank you for that. They replied, "We have nothing here except 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes." He said, "Bring them to me." Then he ordered the crowd to sit down on the grass, And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke them. Give me 1 second, because this page is kind of wet. I don't want it to break. Give me 1 sec. Alright. He gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. And they all ate and were satisfied. They picked up 12 baskets of the leftover broken pieces. There were about 5,000 men who ate, besides women and children. Wow. And then we went over that in the last study. So immediately he directed the disciples to get into a boat and go ahead of him to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, while he sent the crowds away. After he had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. But the boat by this time was already a long distance from land, tossed and battered by the waves, for the wind was against them. And in the 4th watch of the night, which is between 3 and 6 a.m., Jesus came to them walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, "It is a ghost." And they cried out in fear. But immediately he spoke to them, saying, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter replied to him, "Lord, if it is really you, command me to come to you on the water." So Jesus said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came toward Jesus. When he saw the effects of the wind and the waves, the storm, right? He was frightened, and he began to sink, and he cried out to the Lord, saying, "Lord, save me." Immediately, right? This is for you too. Immediately, Jesus extended his hand and caught him, saying, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased, because Jesus commanded the storm to be still. Then those in the boat worshipped him with awe and inspired reverence, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." When they had crossed over, they went ashore at Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized him, they sent word throughout all the surrounding district, and brought to him all who were sick. And they begged him to let them merely touch the fringe of his robe, and all who touched it were perfectly restored, just by faith. For those of you who are still here, thank you. For those who left, that's fine. For those of you who just got here and stayed, yeah, so sure if you guys can still hear me, hopefully. But anyway, we're gonna go over the new insights on God that you can learn, right? So starting with number 1 from Matthew chapter 14, right? God is compassionate. Even in his own grief, God does not turn away from our pain, even when he is grieved with something. His compassion overflows in every moment. Number 2, God provides abundantly beyond what we can see. God is not limited by what you have. His provision always goes further than expected. He is the God of abundance, not scarcity. Number 3, God invites you to participate in his miracles. God often chooses to work through people. He involves us in his divine work to grow our faith and obedience. And number 4, God is not distant in storms. He walks into them. God doesn't watch over your storm from afar. He steps into it and draws near in your most fearful and darkest moments. Number 5, God speaks peace before he calms the storm. God's presence is enough to bring peace, even before your circumstances. His voice calms your soul in any situation that you're in. Number 6, God honors even small steps of faith. God responds to imperfect but sincere faith. Even when shaky, right? This faith can bring you into supernatural experiences when it's placed in him. And number 7, God is quick to rescue you when you call out to him. God doesn't delay when you cry out. His heart is always to save, to restore, and to lift you up without hesitation. Number 8, God desires worship that recognizes his true identity. And God reveals his divinity in the storms. And worship him with full-hearted love in response to who he really is. And number 9, this is the last one. God welcomes all who seek him in faith. God honors every sincere act of faith. No matter how simple, he welcomes all who reach out to him with trust. So, God is personal. God is present. God is powerful. God is compassionate. And God is deeply involved in both the miracles and the messiness of your life, in any situation. And that was it for the study. That was kind of quick for today, but when I read that and I'm reading it over to you guys, it's as much as it helps you, it helps me. It blesses me. It reminds me of his sovereignty and his control in my life and in yours. So no matter what you guys go through, remember, God is in control. Just call out to him, reach out to him. And when you do this, have 100% faith and receive what he's going to give you. When God speaks a word, he doesn't have to promise you, because he is a God of his word. So no matter what he says to you, it's going to happen. Whether it be right now or later, it's going to happen. His word does come to pass, no matter what we feel like it. Even if we try to stop it, it's going to happen. He is sovereign over all. But thank you guys for joining. And for those of you who just got here, welcome. Those of you who were here, thank you for being here. Those who just got here, welcome. And for the unbeliever in here, you couldn't belong before you can believe. I just hope you keep pressing in towards God and keep asking questions. And God will respond to you in some way, shape, or form. Even in an unexpected way. Just keep your eyes and ears open. Anyway, everyone, God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And have a good weekend.